Alright, this is a video for a Honda Civic 2.2 diesel. This is the ES version, registered CV59TCK. Car's finished in this really lovely grey colour. Benefits were fantastic history, which I'll show you later. As you can probably see from the video here, this is the facelift version, so it gets the later alloys and this new style grille. I hope you can hear me today. It's a windy, horrible day, but I'll do my best for you. Going around the car, it's all in really lovely order. Just pick up anything I can for you. Lenses are absolutely spot on. The bonnet's remarkably free of stone chips. It's very, very good. It's got a couple of little ones there which you're bound to get, obviously, but there you can see the new style grille. Lenses on this side, absolutely spot on as well. Front offside wing, very clean, very tidy. Tons of tread on a very good Avon tyre, and the alloy looks in really good order there. Can't see any marks on that. Wing mirror housing, absolutely spot on. Repeaters all good, no cracks, and the panel works really crisp and tidy. But don't get me wrong, its car is on 76,000 miles. There's going to be the odd little mark on the paintwork, but it really is very, very clean. Rear tyre here, loads of tread again, looks like new, and the alloy completely unmarked, no curbing, nothing on there. Coming around the back, the car's been fitted with colour-coded parking sensors, but the bumper's in really, really, really fine order. So just go back to the other side, just go down the flank just to show you. There's no imperfections in the flank at all. It's really crisp, it's like a mirror. It's amazing. Come to the near side, I do exactly the same. It's the best angle to get it from. Again, I can't see any marks on there at all. The rear near side wing, again unmarked. Near side alloy, which are the ones that are going to take any battering, no marks on there at all. And just come down this side, absolutely spot on, really, really clean. Final alloy, and they're amazing really. This is the only one that's got even a tinted bit. Again, an Avon to match the other side, quite light and new. But there's in fact, no, it's not. It's just a bit of it. It's cleaned off. I thought it was curved. It's not at all. So externally, the car's in absolutely fantastic condition. Right, coming into the boot area, absolutely huge boot. The actual cover here is all good and intact. The whole boot area is in absolutely superb condition. It really is. Got 60/40 fold on the rear seats. You've got this little hidden cubby hole. Car's fitted with a tow bar, which is quick release, and the main bar there is left in the back of the car for you. But it's in really fine order. I come to the back of the car now. Rear door card, all very good. Just showing the seats up in their vertical position. This shows off the magic seats. Just a really clever design, which leads to this cavernous space behind the front seats there. But it's a really simple, very clever system. Just drop them down. You just pull the lever up, drop it down. Exactly the same on that side, and it's beautifully engineered as you'd expect from Honda. And the rear seats are again in really fantastic condition. Coming to the front of the car now, driver's door card, really, really good condition. Materials have been improved on these later versions. The electric window switches there, the surround all absolutely spot on. Sill areas really, really good. You can see here the car benefits from a full set of Honda overmats. Driver's seat, virtually nowhere at all that I can see on there. And likewise, front passenger seat in absolutely fantastic condition. Being an ES model, this means it comes with this big glass panoramic roof. You've got this electric blind that opens and shuts. So on a day like today, you might have a night open just to let a little bit of natural light into the car. Right, so I'm inside the car now, engine is running. Just to quickly pan down, just to show you, owner's manual pack and a full set of Honda locking wheel nuts. I'll try and say it. Just going to go around the dashboard, a really fantastic dashboard. Obviously more of this on the following road test video that comes straight after this one here, but it's in really, really lovely condition. Down there, obviously it's 6-speed gearbox, and all the plastics are in really fine fettle. Coming across, multifunction steering wheel, again all functions exactly as it should, and then you've got this wonderful 2-tier dashboard. So you've got that lovely high up display for the speedo, and then your main binnacle underneath. You can see there, engine running, no warning lights on the car at all, and 76,260 recorded miles on the car. but it really is in fabulous condition in here. Whilst I'm in the car, actually, just before I forget, I'll just show you it's got reverse parking sensors. Just want to show you they're actually working by going to a car behind us. So they're all in good order. Right, so quickly just coming under the bonnet of the car, just to point out that the engine always sounds a bit noisier in the video than it does in reality when you stood here. Really nicely presented engine bay, again very nice here. So finally just coming inside, just to show you, the car's had just the 2 private owners from new, and coming across here, got this really lovely service history on the vehicle. Service at 6, 12, 20, 33, 48 and 63,000 miles. There'll be a service stamp in there from us. We'll be servicing the vehicle prior to it going out as well. Right, this is the video for a Honda Civic 2.2 ES diesel. The car's registered CV59TCK. Mileage at the start of this road test is 76,218 miles. The purpose of this brief road test is basically just to give reassurance to those who are coming a long distance to us, because we're now selling to mainland Europe and the extremes of the UK. Just to give reassurance basically that the car drives as it should, or if there's any issues with the car we can let you know about them before you make the trip to us. Obviously if you're going to invest time, effort and money, I think the least we can do is just to make sure that the car drives as it should, or if it doesn't, then we can inform you of kind of what those issues may or may not be. What I try and do on these road tests, kind of cram it in a little bit, is just to go through the things that you'd obviously want to check yourself when you came to drive the car. So what I do is obviously do it kind of in the order you'll do on a test drive, and I'll start with the engine. Obviously the engine's the 2.2 CTDi diesel engine. This is it's a wonderful engine. The car, and this particular example, drives absolutely beautifully. The engine starts on the button. There's no strange noises, there's no smoke, no vibrations that shouldn't be there. It's a beautifully smooth engine. They revised this car in 2009, so this is the later version. So it actually increased, or improved rather, the refinement of the engine. They beefed up the clutches on them, and it's a truly brilliant engine. So in terms of the engine itself, absolutely spot on, you won't fault it. The car then drives through, or the engine then drives through the clutch and the gearbox of the car. The clutch bites absolutely beautifully. It engages spot on, right in the middle of the travel on the clutch pedal, which is lovely and light. No squeaks or clicks on the clutch pedal as you do it. It's a very nice clutch on the car. Clutch then goes through to this wonderful gearbox, 6-speed gearbox, typical Honda. You know, it's beautifully engineered. The gears all engage absolutely spot on. It's got really slick, lovely, beautifully engineered feel to it. You know, the synchro mesh is brilliant. The way it goes into each gear through the gate there, I'm just doing it for effect really, is just beautiful. It really is. And it always finds its way home, even if you're in a bit of a rush trying to find a gear. You're not floundering around in between 2 gears, not quite sure what it's going to do. But no, it's you know, certainly in terms of transmission, clutch and gearbox, you know, you're not going to come and fault the car. At speed here, bullet straight tracking, no vibration from the steering wheel here at the legal limit. Whilst I'm at the legal limit, I also listen out for things like wind noise or wind intrusion that shouldn't be there, where you know, maybe you've got a sunroof seal gone, or windscreen seal, or window gone, and it's as smooth and quiet as you'd hope there would be. There's absolutely nothing abnormal about it at all. The chassis itself rides beautifully. They revised the car, I say that this 2009 changeover, did some changes to the bushing underneath the vehicle, and they did a really good job of it. But what they didn't lose was the character of the car. It's still a lovely, very direct car, very quick steering rack, lovely change of direction. You don't get the body roll you get in lots of cars. It really holds its line beautifully in its angle when you go into the corners. And what it doesn't do, it doesn't fidget around mid-corner either. Hopefully when I exit this roundabout in a second, you will see that it just, the damping's really good. You don't get any kind of secondary bouncing going on, which you get at lots of cars, which, you know, they might be comfortable on the dead ahead, but they're actually very uncomfortable when you go through corners. So I'm going all the way around the roundabout here, and I'm just going to just push it a little bit harder than would do normally if, you know, someone was in the car with me. And it really just is a lovely neutral chassis on the car. You just turn in, pitches in. This is a tight one now, so we're going to go a little bit quicker. And just fantastic. It's just a lovely, lovely chassis. Totally unflustered. Steering's got perfect weighting to it. And in terms of an example, with 76,000 miles on the clock, you'll expect to feel a bit of wear underneath the car, but I can't feel anything. It's tight as a drum. It's a real testament to Honda's build quality. Brakes themselves, absolutely right at the top of the pedal, no vibration, no funny noises coming from them. Again, it gives the impression that, you know, all's good underneath. Obviously we'll check that anyway, but the pedal itself is absolutely as I'd hope to feel on a on a brake pedal on one of these Civics. Looking around the car inside, obviously the appraisal video that came before this will pick up on any sort of marks or otherwise, but reality is it's in very, very fine order. Again, because of the facelift version, you get better quality materials in these later ones. There's a couple of tiny little scratch marks on the glove box down there, which I noticed, but very fine. But otherwise the whole architecture, and this car's not been cleaned, we've not touched it since it arrived about an hour ago, and it's, you know, it's in very, very nice order. I mean, I love these dashboards. I think they're a stunning piece of design, but what it isn't is style over function. I mean, basically, yeah, it looks fantastic. It could be nothing other than a Honda Civic dashboard, and all the better for that. But what you actually get is really nice ergonomics attached to it, so everything's where you want it to be. But what I particularly love is this two-tier dashboard. Up top, nice and high, a really bold and clear speedo. So as I'm looking at the cars in front, I can assimilate that information out of my peripheral vision, and, you know, not instead of having to lower my head and take my eyes off the road for a split second to try and gauge what sort of speed you're doing. Either side of that, you've got a little rev warning light on the left hand side if you approach a red line. It's really for the petrol engines, but they include it on the diesel one. And on the right hand side, you've got this econometer, which just shows you how economically you're driving the car. Down below, a more conventional binnacle. Perspex is absolutely crystal clear, there's no marks on that. Big, bold rev counter there. Then you've got this kind of floating hologram effect where you've got the information centre in the middle of it. Temperature gauge to the left, which is a third of the way up the gauge, which is exactly where you want them to be on the Civics. Any higher than that, then could be a problem. Not that we've ever had one, but that's where they should be. And obviously fuel gauge to the right hand side. Worth pointing out at this stage, no warning lights on at all on the dashboard. Not that I expect there to be, but there is none at all. Got a multifunction steering wheel here, cruise control on this side, and I've activated it now. It works absolutely perfectly, so that's all good. Audio controls left, but all the switch gears in really fabulous condition. It is a very, very, very well made car. So you obviously do be careful if you're going to see one which is apparently low mileage, but they've got no service history to the vehicle, then be very careful, because this could have done double the mileage and still look very, very good indeed. So well built are they. But, you know, all in all, I can't fault this car, and if I could, I would. If there's something on the car that we needed to attend to, that's kind of the purpose of doing it. Well done, dear. One at a time. Then, you know, I certainly would tell you, but there's nothing for anyone to fear if they, you know, whether it be 10 minutes up the road or travelling down overnight. It's you know, it's a really fabulous car. The engines I love because it's such a torquey unit. You just hardly have to rev them. You can be in 6th gear at 45 and it'll pull totally unflustered. But anyway, I hope that's been of help to you. If I've missed out anything on this or the previous appraisal video or in the text of the advert, then please don't hesitate to give us a call.